Black kid helps injured biker. The next day, the entire club stands outside his home. This is the story of a young boy named Samad, who became an example for all of us. It all began when he helped an injured biker, and the next day the entire biker club stood outside his home. When we help someone in life, a new door always opens for us. One hot day, a little boy named Samad was playing in his neighborhood. He was an ordinary boy who went to school every day, hung out with his friends, and occasionally explored the world on his skateboard. Samad's skin was a dark shade, but his smile illuminated everything around him. That day, Samad was out on a skateboarding journey around his neighborhood. He was thinking about something, but life showed him something else. Suddenly, he heard a loud noise. Samad covered his ears and then saw that a biker, whose skin was tan and whose body was covered in tattoos, had fallen. Samad quickly stopped his skateboard and saw that the biker's arm was badly injured. At the same time, his bike was lying a few feet away from him. Samad realized that if he didn't help, this person could be in serious trouble. He took out his phone and called for an ambulance, but while waiting, he carefully lifted the biker and moved him aside, speaking to him calmly. "Are you okay? I will help you." The biker's eyes were full of shock, but he couldn't say anything. Samad quickly took off his t-shirt and used it to bandage the biker's wounds. It was a difficult task, but Samad did everything he could to assist. By the time the ambulance arrived, Samad had been there for the biker, trying to keep him calm and stable. The biker's name was Jack, and his life had been quite different. Jack was a veteran who had never received this kind of help before. His life had been rough, but Samad had introduced him to a new light. When Jack was admitted to the hospital, Samad decided to visit him. Samad wanted to inform Jack's family that their beloved brother was okay, and they could come to the hospital to meet him. But when Samad spoke to Jack, Jack said, "You are so kind, what you did was truly selfless. But I feel like I've been facing more pain and hardship than I can bear." After Jack was in the hospital, Samad did something truly meaningful for him. When Jack's family learned that their son was saved because of Samad's help, they invited him to their home. For Samad, this was a whole new world, and his heart was full of joy. Samad felt that Jack's family was kind and they had now made him a part of their world. But this story doesn't stop here. The very next day when Samad was playing outside his house, he was shocked to see an entire biker club standing outside his home. This was the same club Jack was a part of. They said to Samad, "What you did for Jack was so important to us, and we all want to thank you for your kindness." Samad didn't understand how the bikers could show their gratitude to him. They handed Samad a beautiful leather jacket, which was from their biker club. This jacket wasn't just a jacket. It symbolized everything that Samad had done for Jack. It was a token of appreciation and respect. After spending time with the bikers, Samad began to see life differently. He realized that helping others in any way, no matter how small, can change someone's world. This was a lesson Samad would carry with him forever. This story teaches us that when we help others, we also improve our own lives. When we offer a helping hand, we not only change the lives of others but also make our own world a little better. Jack and his biker club always showed Samad that when you live by your principles and help others, that's when you truly find the essence of life. Samad learned this lesson and began to see his life as a mission to help others whenever possible. Jack and Samad's growing friendship. As Samad's time with Jack and his biker friends continued, he began to immerse himself in a whole new world, a world he never thought he'd be a part of. Samad had always viewed bikers as rough, tough individuals who only lived fast and dangerously, but spending time with Jack and his club members showed him another side of life. They weren't just bikers. They were people who deeply valued loyalty, friendship, and most importantly, helping others in need. Jack's bond with Samad grew stronger each day. Jack would often share stories from his past, tales of his own struggles and the hardships he had faced growing up. He spoke about how he had once been just like everyone else, caught up in the chaos of life, unaware of the deeper meaning of friendship and kindness. But after meeting Samad, Jack began to see things differently. He realized that the most fulfilling part of life wasn't riding bikes or living fast. It was making a real difference in someone's life, just like Samad had done for him. Samad, in turn, became more and more involved with Jack's life and the club. Every time Jack spoke about the struggles he had overcome, Samad would listen intently, trying to understand the hardships these people had faced. It wasn't just about the motorcycles anymore. It was about the lessons they had learned along the way. Samad realized that the club wasn't just about the bikes. It was about the family they had created, a family that supported each other no matter what. Samad's transformation. As Samad spent more time with Jack and the other members of the biker club, he underwent a gradual transformation. He was no longer the shy, uncertain boy who had once been skeptical about bikers and their lifestyle. Instead, Samad began to understand the true value of helping others, of being there for someone in their moment of need. Samad's friends from school noticed the change in him. He became more confident, more open, and more compassionate. He started volunteering at community events, helping those who were less fortunate and even assisting older people in his neighborhood. He would spend his weekends working at local shelters and food banks, and he found a sense of purpose in these activities that he had never known before. The greatest lesson Samad learned from his time with Jack and the biker club was that true strength lies not in physical power, but in the strength of one's character. It wasn't about how fast you could ride or how tough you appeared. It was about the way you treated others and the way you gave back to your community. Jack and the biker club's new mission. Meanwhile, Jack and the club members were inspired by Samad's kindness and determination. They had always believed in the power of brotherhood, but Samad reminded them of the true power of community service and giving back. The club decided to expand its efforts beyond just biking. They wanted to be known for their positive impact on the community. Together, they organized charity events, bike rides for good causes, and fundraisers for people in need. They used their love for motorcycles as a way to connect with others and to make a difference. Their club wasn't just about the rush of the ride anymore. It was about creating a legacy of kindness and generosity. Samad became a key member of this new mission. He was the one who helped organize the events, working closely with Jack and the other bikers to ensure everything ran smoothly. Samad even started to teach younger kids in the neighborhood about the importance of helping others and being a good friend. He would often tell them stories about how one act of kindness could change a person's entire life, just like it had changed his. The biker club's transformation into a family. As time passed, the club became a symbol of change in the community. No longer just a group of rebellious bikers, they became a group of individuals who were dedicated to making the world a better place. People from all walks of life, from families to other bikers, started to admire them for their efforts and respect them for their commitment to kindness and generosity. The bond between Samad and the club grew even stronger. They weren't just friends anymore, they were family. The members of the club looked out for one another, supported each other during tough times, and celebrated each other's successes. The club had become a true reflection of the values Samad had come to believe in: loyalty, compassion, and the power of community. Samad learned that true friendship wasn't about being in the same group or having similar interests. It was about being there for each other, no matter what. The members of the biker club showed him that family didn't have to be defined by blood. It could be defined by the love and support you give each other. The biker club's legacy, as the years passed, Samad continued his journey with Jack and the biker club, and their work in the community continued to grow. Their charity events became bigger, their impact stronger, and their bond even deeper. Samad had become a respected figure in the club, a leader who had helped guide them to a higher purpose. In time, the biker club became a model for others, showing that people could change, that even the roughest exterior could hide a heart of gold, and that anyone, no matter their background or appearance, could make a difference. Samad's simple act of kindness had sparked a revolution of goodwill that continued to spread far beyond his neighborhood. Samad's journey with Jack and the biker club serves as a powerful reminder of the impact one small act of kindness can have. Samad had started out as a curious, shy boy who didn't know much about the world of bikers, but through his act of helping Jack, he was introduced to a new world, one where kindness, loyalty, and giving back to others were the true measures of strength. This story teaches us that helping others isn't just about the big gestures, it's about the small, everyday acts of kindness that add up and create a ripple effect. Samad's life was forever changed because he took the time to help someone in need. And in doing so, he not only transformed his own life, but also inspired a community to come together and make the world a better place. Through the love and support of the biker club, Samad learned that true strength lies not in what you can take, but in what you can give. And in the end, it was the power of community and kindness that defined his journey, one that he would continue to walk side by side with his new family for the rest of his life.